Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week I checked out POWERTOOL Cheerleaders versus the boy band of the Screeching Dead. And this 2022 film was directed and written by Pat Higgins and stars Charlie Bond, James Hamer-Morton, and Carrie Thompson, among others, of course. And so you might be wondering, what is the story for POWERTOOL Cheerleaders versus the boy band of the Screeching Dead? Well, this one follows this woman living in Britain, and she is terrified of pom-poms, apparently. So in order to fight this phobia that she has, she decides to make a cheerleading group, and she's, a middle-aged woman in Essex or whatever, and so she joins up with other, women in the town to form this cheerleading group. And what can you do with a cheerleading group? So they decide to join this talent competition. It's one of those televised ones like Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent or something like that. And they're doing pretty well. However, they clearly have these rivals in this boy band, and they're called like Star Boys or something. They're just, these three guys who kind of do a cappella, I guess. And the main girl, she has this cursed amulet from her grandmother, and they are allowed to make a wish on the amulet. So they all make wishes, but one of them wishes for the boy band to die, and then another one wishes for the boy band to live forever. And so both of those things happen. So the boy band dies, but then they come back as zombies, and they're kind of, upset that they're zombies. So they are looking to kind of destroy the cheerleading group. So they're kind of going after them. And along the way, everybody's singing as well. It's a musical. I forgot to mention that. So they're all just singing about being a zombie and, what they're doing and who knows what. But what will happen exactly? Well, for that, you gotta watch the movie and find out. All right, so let's discuss POWERTOOL Cheerleaders versus the boy band of the Screeching Dead. I do kind of wish they had a shorter name, and now that I've said it a bunch of times, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll shorten it to just POWERTOOL Cheerleaders. And this film, I thought, was pretty fun, is probably going to be the best way to describe it. It's a musical, and I do enjoy musicals. I know not everyone does. Like, my favorite film is Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I do quite enjoy them, but they have lots of kind of B-movie musicals out there that I certainly do enjoy. What's there one called Apple? There's Rock to Rule. There's a bunch out there that B-movie lovers do enjoy. I would say, though, with this one, I did like the music. I liked how it was incorporated into the movie itself. And they're singing about, like, actually, what they're doing. So it's original songs that way. I don't like musicals where they, take unoriginal songs and kind of make a movie around it. Like, what's it called? Mamma Mia? I didn't really like the way they did that. Like, you're just kind of really kind of shoehorning in these songs. But with this one, the songs seem, decently natural. And, the way that they're all done. And so, yeah, the songs, I gotta say, I did enjoy most of them. There's ones that are more punky and rocky, and I really like those ones. We'll talk about the ones I don't like later. But yeah, for the most part, the music makes it for a fun time. Other than that, I thought with this movie, they are trying to be pretty campy. After all, it's a musical movie about zombies, or a zombie musical, and so of course it's just a fun idea that they're trying to have fun with, and I think they have a bunch of fun with this one. The songs, there's a bunch of songs that like break the fourth wall as well and stuff like that, so it does put in a lot of kind of these campier elements that, for a B-movie lover, I think you'll enjoy. So it is just one of these movies where you can put it on and enjoy it for its B-movie goodness. And lastly, the sound is really well done on this one. Same with the lighting and the shooting and stuff, but with a musical, you want clean, clear words and songs, and it certainly has that. And so that just goes into it to make it for, a well done, campy B-movie. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, I thought the acting wasn't particularly good, but again, it's a B-movie, and it's a silly B-movie about, a musical zombie. So what type of acting would you expect, right? Not the highest quality. So they're just hamming it up, cheesing it up. And I think that kind of works into the campiness of it. And then there is a few songs that I thought fell really flat. Like, they just have the most generic sounding music that you can imagine for a musical. And when you compare it to their other songs, like even while watching it, I was like, oh, this song's like not as good as the other ones. And so that was certainly, an issue. And not to say it wasn't, a fun song, but it just like took away from the magic of the song. You know what I'm saying? What else? I thought there were also just kind of ridiculous things that, happen, of course, with musical zombies. What can you expect? But there is this one sequence where they're in a car and it's like green screen behind it. And I guess they're supposed to be driving, but they're singing as well. And the windows are open and there's no wind or anything like that. So, of course, it's not going to be a perfect movie if you think about it for, half a second. But at the same time, like with a B movie like this one, you just got to go with the flow and, try to enjoy the music. After all, it is kind of fun music. So, you are looking forward to that. It's just, some of the acting, some of the songs, is not everything is going to be perfect, right? So it does, I would say, affect the film, but at the same time, like, you can certainly overlook it. So if you are, into musicals, if you are into, British zombie comedies, because after all, that's what they're trying to, meld together in this one, then, you can certainly press play on this one. I did watch it on Tubi, so it is over there for you to enjoy. So if that sounds like something up your alley to have, a fun, campy, musical night even, then yeah, press play on this one. As for a rating, I'm going to give it the average score of 5. When it came down to it, I thought kind of the good and the bad kind of balanced each other out to be, a 5. Although I did see on IMDb, it is a higher score than that. So that's actually kind of why I wanted to press play on it, because its score was pretty high. But, these things can be manipulated, of course. And so, yeah, I think a 5 is what I'm going to go with. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.